Alright guys, wanted to do a quick review and just an honest opinion on the decked truck organization system I just got in my truck. And I knew when I got this it was going to be either one of those things that I was either going to really like, or maybe just really not like potentially, but I went ahead and we're going to give it a shot anyways, and I just figured I would give you my honest opinion, honest feedback on it. So if you're not familiar with it, I'm sure you've probably seen it on the internet by now, but decked is a plastic system that goes in the liner of your truck and the back of your truck, and now fits in and has these drawer organizers, yet can still hold what they say is 2,000 pounds of weight on top of the deck itself. So it kind of gives you a little bit of all your bed space on top, but still gives you these drawers and some organization in the truck itself. So anyways, here's the feedback, just because I just got this today and I just kind of am looking at it and starting to put some things in it, and just figured, you know, what the heck, I haven't done a video in a while. Let's you know, just give some feedback to everybody else and give you my honest thoughts on it. So here we go. So I mean, first of all, the quality of it, as far as how sturdy it seems to be, it is definitely seems to be tough. It's pretty hard plastic, and like I said, they do say you can put 2,000 pounds of weight on top of it, so there's no doubt in my mind that it's going to definitely hold some weight without it being a problem. But just my initial thoughts in general, especially when I happened to get this today and then it rained, and I have already gotten some water inside of the little storage containers that are on the side, and I know they're just really for little things here and there, but it would be nice if that was completely, you know, watertight at least. And then the other thing I'm thinking about is I do a lot of off-road driving and dirt and dust and that sort of thing, and what I'm seeing is that there's space along these sides, and definitely space in the back, along the back of the truck there, where I'm just imagining that I'm going to end up with, you know, every bit of dust and dirt and debris going down into that, and ultimately ending up back inside the truck up in there. So I guess we'll see. I'll need a pressure washer or something, and I'm not sure. We'll see how it does as far as getting some of that stuff out of there, or it's just going to be caked up mud and end up being 2 or 3 inches of mud in there. I'm not sure yet. Time will tell. The other impressions of it, obviously these drawers are really nice. The handles are super sturdy. They are really smooth when they come out, and they do come with these storage containers, which are pretty nice. You know, if you had a plumbing business or some sort of construction business and you were looking for tools, they're definitely pretty decent. They seem like the quality of them's pretty good, but they're not really much different than having a normal tackle box or a plastic toolbox, but they are lockable. It has removable containers that you can kind of move around, and then another bigger bin, which again, you know, the quality of the plastic seems to be pretty good. Time will tell, I guess, when they're getting beat up. But I did notice that these do have rubber gaskets on them, so hopefully that means that these are going to be at least somewhat watertight for a little while, and that'll be good. There's a lot of things that I do keep in the back of my truck that's not going to really matter if it does get wet, but ultimately, you know, my first impression, it would be nice if all of these drawers were watertight, as opposed to obviously the side ones already getting some water in them today. But like I said, when these drawers come completely out, they do lock out, which is nice, and then you can push them back in and they go back in, and they stay locked in. It's pretty nice. Has a feature to add locks on every one of these, you know, which is another extra nice feature if you got stuff in there that you're worried about keeping with some extra security. And I think it's like $50 online for for 2 locks. So if you wanted to rig out the whole vehicle, it'd be 2, 4, 6. So you'd have to have an extra $150 for the locks if I did my math right. Other than that, I mean, it does have a nice measuring device on there in case you fish or hunt like I do, or if you're doing construction. You know, obviously some measurements and things like that, and fraction conversions on there for anybody who may need that stuff in construction business. I guess the other thing, like I said, I do hunt and fish, so one of my other worries now that I'm looking at this is that these pieces come together, and obviously if I just throw a deer or something in the back of this truck, more than likely blood's probably going to leak down into these. Not sure what the long term is going to be as far as water getting into that, but it does have these D brackets on here, and they seem to be, I haven't pulled them up yet, but obviously they seem like they're pretty good construction. If you needed to ratchet strap something down on there, keep it from sliding out of the back of your truck. These little cargo containers, this is the first thing that I've kind of noticed. They hold in pretty good, and they kind of come set up like this with a 2 little plastic containers. Put whatever you want in there, but this is where the water was getting today. This is obviously not watertight, but these are removable. You can access it here, or you can access it right down through here. So one nice feature, I'll give it a positive, is that you could take something that's long and slide it up in through there, but obviously taking into account that you have the wheel well up in there. But it is nice that you could take something a little bit longer and slide it up under there, and it would be protected from the sun, those sorts of things. So on this side over here, what I did is I have a hijack, and I've slid that back up in there. But what I immediately noticed is my next issue is because I had to pull this container out, which was in this storage. If I try to put it in the front, either one of the front 2 cargo containers, the wheel well is there because this is a short bed truck, and you cannot put this in there. So the only place that this container is usable, I guess I could put it in the drawer, but the only place it would be usable on these side ones is in these back ones. And because of the wheel well, I cannot put that long one there and the other long one there because they hit. Now, I suppose if Decked wanted to, they could make either a shorter box or have this be on an angle, and then it would not hit the wheel well anymore, and it would potentially fit in there, and I would still have storage there. But what I am probably going to do, since I have the hijack on that side, is I'm going to take both of these short ones, put them in over here. Sorry if that's not a very good angle. Put these in over here, but then I can still put some things down here in this cargo area for storage underneath it. You know, whatever it is, a ratchet strap or something along those lines. But the overall quality of the plastic I'm very happy with. So those lock in there, fit on it, and it's pretty solid, pretty stout. The company that put it in for me was great. They had it already kind of pre-assembled, which I guess is the bulk of the work. And when I got there today, it only took them 30 minutes to install it. So they did a really nice job. Overall, I guess I think the jury's still out for me. I can see there's definitely some very good positives, some things I really like about it, but I'm also seeing that there's going to be some things that I'm, you know, compromising having these in here. So take that for what it is. So there's definitely some improvements that could be made as far as putting rubber gaskets. I would suggest that as an improvement for the company itself, is to be having some sort of weather seal that goes along the entire perimeter of this, and maybe even along these cracks here, just to keep rain, mud, dirt, those sorts of things out from in there, so that you could just wash it out of the back of the truck. That would be nice. And again, making these little side cargo areas watertight with some gasket. I will probably try to do that myself as a personal upgrade. Inside the drawers, I guess we'll go back to this. This is some of the other stuff that comes with this. You can see that since I closed out, these already slid to the front, but they do come with these dividers in case you want to separate some of your stuff. Overall, I would say the quality of this is probably not going to be good enough, especially for heavy stuff like, you know, I got bolt cutters and stuff that if it slides around and it's pushed on this, it may pop that right out of there. You can see I'm not hardly pushing on that, and it does flex a little bit. It's nice that you have a lot of slots that you can adjust these to. So I would say that that's a positive, but overall I'm not sure how long that's going to last if you had something of any weight, especially as you're stepping on the gas or hitting the brakes, stuff sliding front to back. I guess time will tell. Just my honest opinion, but overall this is really, really nice. As far as storage is concerned, I can see that this is going to be really handy. Does not come with 2 of these removable containers. It only came with 1, so maybe it'd be nicer if 2 of those were in there locked in here. That'd be nice. So these already slid, and one issue I was seeing, I thought I would put some of these dividers here and then just put something else back there to keep this stuff from sliding forward. But even if I had that in there, it would be, this is as far as the drawer pulls out. So I'm either gonna slide this in there, but then anything that's here I'm gonna have to probably either remove, or I'll have to remove one, I guess. Potentially, if I can slide that one out, I can get it out on an angle, depending on however I end up setting this up. But we'll still see, I guess. So for right now, like I said, just starting to load up some things and wanted to do a quick review on this. I hope it was helpful for anybody that was looking to get this system. It was like $1,600 to have it installed, purchased and everything, and which is pretty comparable to a topper, which is what I was originally looking at. Pros and cons to having the toppers on there as well. It kind of seemed like they don't last very long, some of these plastic toppers and things, but it's removable, and then you'd have your whole truck where this, your whole truck bed where this is permanently installed and not going to be coming out without some sort of, you know, significant work. But anyways, it is in there really, really nicely. It does secure into the truck, and I believe it's, I haven't looked at the construction on how it's actually fastened in here, but I believe it is fastened actually to the frame or to the bed of the truck as well. So I got a chance to load up some of my stuff up here in this decked system, and I just kind of had a couple more thoughts. Figured I'd provide that for you guys as well, and hopefully it's helpful. So overall, I think it's pretty nice. Definitely, once I started putting stuff in here, ample storage for all the things that I did have in my truck before. I was able to pretty much get everything that I had in my old truck system into this one, and I feel like it's definitely more organized. One of the things that was kind of a bummer for me is as I pulled these drawers out, so they come with these toolboxes, which that's a huge plus. I like them. The quality of them, like I said, seems like they're pretty decent, but we'll see. You know, plastic tends to not survive the years, but especially in heat and stuff. But one of the first things I ran into was, this is an old junky Craftsman toolbox, but I'm kind of a sentimental guy. This was my grandfather's, and he had used it for years, and it's seen, you know, its fair share of stuff, and was been used on job sites and things. And it's just a standard Craftsman toolbox. Unfortunately, the width of this is just literally just a little bit too tight, where it won't slide down in side to side, and so you'd have to turn it lengthwise. But even the height of it, the toolbox, when you try to close the drawer, the toolbox is just a little bit too tall, and so it hits down here, and so I can't put this toolbox in there. So like I said, this is not for this system, but I'm a sentimental guy, and I like to use tools and things that, you know, my ancestors used, as opposed to using shiny brand new stuff all the time. And so this will have to go in the house now. I was able to get all the tools into one of the toolboxes that were provided, so that's a plus. And obviously it's made for this drawer, and it's organized, so it's nice. Other than that, I still have space in this side drawer. I haven't figured out what I'm going to do with that second taller bin there, and there's still space to go down in underneath here. So I was able to put a bunch of ratchet straps and things, and like I said, the high jack is in on the side here. So overall, pretty nice. See how well these drawers close. One thing I would say that's a really nice positive, and I really like about this, is these drawers come out so smooth. And even though there's a lot of weight in this drawer and it wants to close, like if you parked on a hill or whatever, it wants to close. That's just natural, but when you pull them all the way out, they kind of lock in and it won't slide back, so it stays. It's really, really nice. That's a great feature. So I was able to get all my off-road tools and everything that I normally carry, pretty much for the most part, just in here, and maybe in half of this drawer. So it's very organized. There's definitely going to be some pros to being able to put stuff up on top of this and not have the toolbox and all that clutter that I had before. Being able to access everything that I had in the toolbox before without having to climb up in the truck. Now I can just pull these drawers out and get all of it right from the ground. That's a big positive, a big plus that I really like. So like I said, overall, we'll see. It's kind of pros and cons. But right now, I think I like it, and we'll see how it goes over the test of time. So again, I hope you guys enjoyed this review of the decked truck system. Appreciate it if you guys leave a comment, like it, whatever y'all want to do. Appreciate it. Have a good day. God bless.